Okay, you need to sit down too. So
I
can see
will.
you. Okay. All right, today we're going to talk about the iconic M4 carbine. We're going to quickly discuss my experiences with the weapon, how to field strip the weapon, all the way down through the bolt carrier group. Okay. I've carried the weapon for 2 tours in Iraq and 1 in Afghanistan. I started carrying the weapon in 2002 when it was brought into the Air Force inventory. All right. The M4 is based off the M16 weapon platform, and the only difference is it's shorter with a collapsible buttstock. The reason for this is the M16 was brought into service during the Vietnam War, and the jungle warfare didn't require a shorter weapon, and a longer weapon was allowed or was greatly suitable for the jungle environment. But as warfare moved into the urban environment, a shorter weapon needed to be brought into service to accommodate the clearing buildings, going through houses and whatnot. And with the collapsible buttstock, it's more easily maneuvered around doorways and whatnot. Okay, before we can go into field stripping the weapon, I need to go over some parts of the weapon. It's the lower receiver, the upper receiver, the bolt carrier group, the buffer spring, which is in the tube here for recoil, and the magazine, which I don't have. Okay. To start the field stripping of the weapon, it's very important to safe the weapon, which is very easy to do. You pull back the charging handle, which opens up the chamber. You can view the chamber, make sure there's no round in there, let it go. And just to make sure so no one dies, pull the trigger, it fires, the weapon's cleared. Okay, there's 2 retaining pins on the weapon, a front and rear one. The front one is left in place for a hinge. The rear one is the one that used to disassemble. You push it in, pull the pin completely out, and the weapon will rotate forward. Okay, the hammer is brought back to the ready position. Charging handle is pulled about a quarter of the way out, and the bolt carrier group comes out. This contains a firing pin, the gas return tube, which is used to make the weapon fire in automatic. Charging handle comes out. There's a nipple here, the buffer and buffer spring retaining nipple. Push it down with the charging handle, and that all comes out. Okay. Right now I can see the weapon's fully gutted. There's nothing in here, no internal components, just your trigger, springs, and firing hammer. Okay. Right now this is considered field stripped. To further strip the weapon, this is the bolt carrier group, firing pin, gas return tube. It's all kept in this little tidy package. Easy to take apart. Remove the firing pin, retaining pin. Firing pin comes out. You can see it's very dirty. It should be chrome. Remove the firing pin, carrier group pin, and then the piece comes out. This is it. This is the whole weapon. Completely cleaned, which needs to be cleaned every day if used, or every week if not used. To put the weapon back together, this is completely opposite. Put in your firing pin retaining group, the pin, reinsert your firing pin, and your firing pin retaining pin. Okay? Now to put the weapon back together, it's opposite also. Okay? First thing you do is you put your buffer spring and your buffer back into the shoulder. Put your charging handle, put it until it clicks up. The firing pin group needs to be forward. Gas tube goes up inside, it all clicks together, and the weapon is ready to be used. Okay? But today I discussed the history of the M4, where it came from, why the Department of Defense went to it, my experience of the weapon, how to field strip it, and how to take the firing pin bolt carrier group apart. Okay? The reason the DoD went to this weapon is based off the M16 platform. There's very little to no training for the weapon's usage. So, are there any questions?
3 seconds.
Okay. Are there any questions? Okay, that's all I got. How was the time?
How long was that one?
4:30.